Hey guys, it's Charlie Ware here, your leading expert in natural pain management and other chronic diseases. Hope everyone's doing well today, and thank you guys and my friends for actually joining me. Really enjoy having these conversations with you and want to continue to actually dive into ways we can actually improve your pain levels and things of that sort. So let me go jump into it. As you see from the title, 8 ways to naturally help control your pain. Now, these are ways that I'm going to repeat myself. These are ways that have been scientifically proven either by research that I've seen, either things I've done myself, or just a combination of the two as well. Everything that I try to give you are ways that are viable, ways that it's not like a pain. It's not an opioid. You're not going to take a pain medication and then all of a sudden the pain is going to go away. These are things that's going to help to teach you on how to improve your pain qualities and also make sure you stay out of pain, whether it be from sickle cell disease, back pain, neck pain, leg pain, sciatica, whatever type of pain it is, even diabetic neuropathy, things like that. So we can help you with these things here. And first and foremost, I'm going to say, how you doing, Abby? I see you joined me today for this talk, and all you others are starting to slowly join in as well. Look, the whole idea is to make sure that we're adding value to you guys' life over and over and over and over again. Pain can be something that is not just physical, but it also can be emotional as well. So a lot of times when we're dealing with pain, there's a pain component that hits the nervous center that starts to be more of an emotional pain as well. As I said in my last talk, and unfortunately, I actually saw this right today. I had a young lady in my office that we were having great turnarounds with her pain, and all of a sudden something happened. She actually started to take some pain medication, and what happened was that hyperalgesia that we discussed on last time. Her pain quality has gone up to almost tenfold. She can barely even take her clothes touching her skin. But long story short, some of the same things that I'm telling you, I started doing to her even today, and her pain quality was able, when she was able to even almost walk out of here. She was still using her crutches, but she had a much better way of going. She's had pain insomnia for the last, I say, 2 weeks, and came in today and she fell asleep and things of that sort. But these are the type of things that we're trying to also teach you guys. First and foremost, guys, I'm always and forever start with diet. Diet is something that's very, very key. Something that we have to understand is anything that we're doing to our body as far as like eating wise, we either are going to increase our health or take away from our health. That's something I've always told you guys over and over again. But look at the whole stats that says this. Most individuals that have chronic pain are usually overweight or obese, and or have some sort of poor diet along with that. That's almost across the board. This is not even here in the United States. This is around the world. So that being said, that with individuals that have a better way of diet, that have a more fulfilled way of eating, will actually allow you to actually have a better pain quality as well. Long story short, we already know that when you're taking pain medication, it's going to deplete you of your B vitamins. It's going to deplete you of your calcium, magnesium. A lot of these things are actually being pulled out of your bones. So again, if you're having deep neurological pain and or having other types of pain, it's because of the fact that you can be depleted in some of these things that you're lacking inside of your diet. So diet is very, 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 very important. So I always say, again, leafy greens are going to be your friend. If you can't get leafy greens, have some sort of supplement that has maybe a blue-green algae and or some sort of chlorophyll, something that's actually really, really good for you. How you doing, Nell Bell? Nice to see you online as well. So the first thing is going to be diet, and also make sure you have your leafy greens. I'm going to try to show you guys a few products that, I like to use myself almost on a daily basis. I think the camera is going to be turned around, so I'm going to try to give it to you the best way I can. But this is one product I like to use. So like I said, the camera is sort of turned around. And is a dehydrated, broccoli sprout and kale sprouts. Essentially, the reason why I use this in my food is because of the fact that one, I was testing it out, but two is actually in the sprouts of the broccoli as well as the kale is something called, I'm going to try to say it properly the first time, sulforaphane that's inside of there. And essentially, it's been really documented to say that it's a huge antioxidant, not just for, just making your body well, but also helping to repair a lot of the cells and also a lot of the joints as well. It's also been shown to actually decrease rates of cancer and things of that sort. So that's one reason why the broccoli sprouts and also kale sprout, having those on a daily basis can actually help, again, increase your pain, because it's a huge antioxidant that's helping you clean your body up, especially if you have a lot of chemicals in your body for taking a lot of different medications, and or the fact that you have a lot of pain because you have a lot of inflammation. The inflammation is actually causing damage to a lot of your other organ tissues, or your structural tissues, your muscles, ligaments, and things there. So as well, so you want to be very, very careful. Excuse me for a second. And actually, it'll lead me to my next thing. As you saw me post a picture of this right here. This is just an infused water. Infused water with thyme, with thyme, elderberry, thyme, echinacea, elderberry, periwinkle. There's no echinacea. There's thyme, periwinkle, ginkgo biloba, and it's Garnamacea is actually a mushroom. The reason why I actually drink this one, because again, you gotta understand that again, when we use spices on food, we love the flavor of them, but the spices originally weren't per se for the flavors. It was actually for the healing of it. It says in the Bible, I think at least 10 times, where the fruit of the trees are for the eating, and the leaves are for the healing, over and over again. So, thyme is a leafy herb that's been shown to actually increase circulation all over the body. It actually is great for, upper body circulation, things of that sort. So if you have like a little stuffiness in your head, or you get constant headaches, things of that sort, thyme is actually something that's very, very good. Same thing for periwinkle. And also the Garnamacea is actually something that's been shown via research that's been good for anti-cancer, as well as been good for anti-tumor, as well as all these other health properties that's going to help your gut lining as well. So it's a great way, again, for you to get out of pain on a natural standpoint. The reason why I drink infused water, I generally don't drink a lot of just plain water unless I'm taking a supplement or I'm doing different things. I say plain water by itself, not by itself, but plain water, I'll probably maybe drink 16 ounces of that a day. I'm always drinking in infused water, either with herbs like that or different teas as well. I have 3 or 4 teas laying around, because I'm going to show you, the importance of actually drinking really, really good teas. And the reason why I drink different types of teas, like this one here, it actually is called Deep Breathe. It has eucalyptus, has licorice, has ginger inside of it. And it has cardamom as well. It has a bunch of other things there, like cassia. Cassia is actually one of the herbs that I use a lot, especially for lower body pain as well. Cassia has been shown to actually help with the lower back region, and actually help with the pelvic floor. But again, when I drink teas, I never use things out the bag. I always have my own things. If you guys can actually see that, let me see if I can bend this down a little bit. I can see what's in my hand right now. These are actual they're herbs themselves. These are actual herbs, and not just things in the bag, or as we say, stems. You actually have pieces of cardamom inside here. You actually have pieces of each herb inside there. So these things all have phytochemicals inside of them. And the phytochemicals do what? The phytochemicals are something that we've always tried to tell you guys, that the phytochemicals are where the true healing are. They're if I'm not a tea drinker, I answer that. But the thing with it, you got to understand that tea is not just black tea. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I'm not a tea drinker." I'm like, I don't want you to drink black tea. I don't want you to drink fermented tea that has a lot of caffeine inside of it. This every tea that I show you has no caffeine inside of it. If you like mint, you can get some mint leaves and actually put some hot water over that, and you have your mint tea. If you like ginger, you can cut a few pieces of ginger itself, or even turmeric. Put that in some hot water, put a little honey inside there, and there's your ginger turmeric tea, your ginger turmeric honey tea right there. That's going to, again, increase circulation, help with joint pain, also help with headaches, and also for you women out there, help with your menstrual cramps as well. So right there, I just gave you a recipe right there. So people say, "Oh, I'm not a tea drinker," but long story short, most people are thinking about either green tea or I'm drinking black tea. None of this has any green tea in it, no black tea in it, or anything like that. These are actually herbs that you will also cook with as well. So that's the whole idea, is make sure that whatever you're doing, it's a natural standpoint that you're doing these things around the house. I have a really good friend of mine, she's a nurse, and she actually caught me crying on Saturday. And unfortunately, I had 4 events on Saturday I was at. I wasn't able to actually help her out because she wanted to come to my office. But long story short, she actually had, you're very welcome, Vanessa. But long story short, she had hurt her wrist. And I was like, look, I can't do anything for you right now. At the very most, I'll say, just soak in some Epsom salt. She called me the next day. She said, well, she didn't do that. This is what she did. You can also write this down. And I wouldn't say put this directly on your skin because I know sometimes it can burn people. But she crushed up some some fresh ginger and also turmeric, mixed that with some coconut oil, and actually put it right around her wrist because it was like her wrist and her thumb area. And she wrapped it up. And by Sunday morning, she said the pain had went away about 90%. Okay, this is actually, she actually had got this formula from me. I did a Facebook Live about a year ago with the same thing. But essentially, it works. It really works. That right there is actually good for arthritic pain. But actually, you can use it for other types of pain as well. But again, this is a natural way for you to actually start to get rid of pain inside your body. And if you're a sickle cell person, and you also, I know me personally, I know where my pain usually, will start to come in either my shoulder or in my jaw, type area. So I know I have to take care of those areas. So you might want to do things. You might want to massage, get different oils, get, lemongrass oil mixed with ginger oil, mixed with, a little bit of bergamot, and also lavender, a little bit of each one. Put that inside of a coconut oil or some sort of other carrier oil and massage your areas every day. If some people say, look, every time you get a crisis, it's usually, in my back or in my ribs or whatever, how about you start massaging yourself on a daily basis, with these oils to keep the blood circulating, on a daily basis as well. These are little tricks that you got to teach yourself and also get yourself into a good habit of using these things as well. Another tea that I drink, I'm sorry to make so much noise, and this is a green tea. But again, like I said, if you get tea, you got to make sure that the tea actually looks like a tea leaf itself. I don't know if you guys can see that again, but it's actual tea leaves themselves. It's not like, sticks and stems as well. I drink a lot of tea, as you guys see. But again, none of my stuff has caffeine in it. The green tea, has caffeine in it. And I do not actually drink as much green tea as I used to. I should drink at least 2 to 4 cups of green tea a day. I'm actually down to maybe drinking 2 to 3 cups a week now, which is very, very unusual for me. Everyone knows me and knows I drink a lot of tea. And the reason why I show you the green tea, because the ECGC inside of the green tea. That's one reason why I do like drinking green tea. ECGC is, again, another huge antioxidant, but it is a small amount of caffeine inside there that's going to increase vasodilation. But also, what also happens with ECGC, it's been shown to actually repair capillaries a lot faster as well. So it's going to actually help repair capillaries, help blood flow, as well as help the body, again, have this great antioxidant effect on it as well. Some of the stuff that I'm telling you, is going to overlap when I say capillary stuff. But again, if we're looking at situations where we're looking at sickle cell pain, looking at chronic pain inside the body, like lupus or whatever, and especially if you're looking at diabetic neuropathy, which usually diabetic neuropathy is because of the fact that you are B vitamin deficient, as well as zinc deficient as well. So if you were able to start drinking some of these teas, you'll start to see your diabetic neuropathy start to go away a little bit faster as well, because the body is able to actually absorb a little bit more as well. Okay, so I'm going a little fast, but if you guys have any questions, always feel free to actually throw your questions out there. I see Ms. Williams, definitely ask that question. Again, I'm just giving you an example of another tea. None of this is actually, these are actually real vanilla little strands as well. This right here is actually, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of that. These are actually lemongrass leaves, and lemongrass again is actually really, really good for inflammation. It actually is a slight diuretic as well. If you drink lemongrass, you won't per se go to the bathroom a lot, but it'll actually pull some more of that fluid out of your system, but without actually affecting your potassium. Because a lot of times, if you guys are in some type of hypertensive medication, what'll happen is you'll start taking a water pill, and that will really throw off your potassium levels. Where can you find these? Good question. Tealyra. I know everything's backwards, so I'm sorry. It's Tealyra. Tealyra.com. They deliver right to you. They have different specials that go on. Most of their stuff is organic. That's one reason why I use them. I've been using the same company for years now. I don't sell them. I could sell tea, but you know how much a tea I buy from them. But the reason why, again, I love the teas is because I know lemongrass is very, very good as a natural diuretic. You know, it also has coconut inside there. It also has cardamom inside this one as well, but also has ginger and cinnamon. This is also very, very good for individuals that have what? Anyone guess? Anyone guess? Two conditions that are very major here: hypertension as well as diabetes as well. Because again, ginger and also cinnamon has been shown to be phenomenal for hypertension, but also been shown phenomenal for diabetes as well. So that's very, very good. Can adults take Euflow Junior? That's for kids. I mean, you jumped in here with that question real quick, didn't you? Yes, you can. Actually, it's funny because I have some patients who do not like taking capsules. And they were asking me about that, and I said, yeah, you can definitely take it. You'll go through the bottle a little bit faster because of the fact that you got to take a little bit more. But the Euflow Junior is a little bit more potent because it goes directly into your system because it is a liquid. The capsules have to be broken down, things of that sort, so it takes a little bit longer. Actually, I just got a report back from one of my customers, I can't say patient, customers in Kenya, and she actually ended up taking the liquid for the last year because she said, you know, honestly, she feels a lot better with it. And her eyes were still a little bit yellow. She said within a month, her eyes turned completely white. And not saying that, you know, it's not even a different formula. It's just a way for the body to process a little bit faster as well. So yes, you can definitely take that. It's not a problem at all. How we doing, guys? How you doing? I'm Marie and also Miss George as well. So I forgot what number I'm at right now. I said 8 different ways, but again, the other ways is called supplementation. Supplementation is something that's very, very vital for individuals that have chronic pain. Vitamin D and calcium are two of the major ones that individuals forget about all the time. I know vitamin D has gotten a lot of buzz over the last 10 or 12 years in many different ways. And we're still learning about why vitamin D is so important. But vitamin D is important because of the fact that it's something that's actually found inside of the intestines itself, and it helps with absorption, but also helps with inflammation. More importantly, it's been shown that individuals that are deficient in vitamin D has a higher rate of possibly even having lupus or other high ratios or hypersensitivity to having pain as well. We also know calcium is something that's actually located inside the bones. It's located inside the bones because it's a natural salt. And some of the pain medications, the hypertensive medication, almost any medication is going to deplete you of your calcium. Now, calcium is kind of tricky now. You got to be very, very careful with calcium. You know, I don't like anything synthetic. So I'll tell individuals, again, leafy greens is going to be the most important area to do it. And back to this this kale and spinach kale and broccoli sprouts. Is phenomenal to actually have a bunch of vitamin C, calcium inside there as well. Because again, most individuals think that, you know, if you drink milk, you get your calcium, but then that's also fortified as well, and that's a synthetic form, and also that's, you know, again, that's dairy, something that you shouldn't be really drinking a whole lot of anyway. It's been shown that only about 20% of the world's population can even handle a little bit of calcium of cow's milk on a daily basis. That basically means that most individuals that are drinking cow's milk have some sort of allergy to it anyway. So if you're drinking any sort of cow's milk, cheese, or whatever, yogurt, you're gonna have some sort of allergy to it. Even if you don't see it outright, it is causing some issues inside the gut as well. So just be very, very careful with that. And that's why I prefer to not have a probiotic or any digestive enzymes be from like a cow type substance. I prefer to do it either vegan or even you can find goat kefir and things of that sort is a lot more easier on the stomach as well. So again, making sure that you're eating the right things and having your body be able to process it is a huge thing as well. So that's another little tip for you there. I'm thinking around number 6 and number 7 on how to keep yourself healthy and naturally actually controlling the pain, things of that sort. Essential oils. Essential oils, I already gave you guys a few formulas for them, but essential oils have definitely been shown to actually, as a roll on, even smelling them, been able to actually help reduce pain in many double-blind studies around the world to help reduce pain levels, not just because there's a placebo effect, because they actually are connecting different limbic systems inside the body. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of pain is associated with an emotion. Okay, so when you're able to break that bond apart and you stop associating pain and emotion together, sometimes you're able to reduce your pain levels. And again, some essential oils you can actually put directly on the skin, and it can actually definitely reduce pain. Eucalyptus is phenomenal because it's almost like a menthol type thing. It helps the body capillaries open up and actually have the blood flow through a lot faster. You can get essential oil with ginger. You can get essential oil with oh my gosh, it starts with a C actually. Calendula, there you go. Sorry. Calendula is also good for, again, helping with fevers inside, inflammation inside of the body, as well as also speed up the healing process as well. So you can do those things too. So it's a whole host of things you can really do. But again, diet, make sure you get the right supplementation. Making sure that the herbs that you're taking are very, very potent for you and yourself as well. The vitamin D and also calcium is huge. It's very, very big. But something else I like to touch on is really about sleep is very, very important because of the fact that most individuals that have chronic pain usually have issues sleeping. And once you get into that sleep, breaking that sleep cycle and not really getting into REM sleep, that's when your body really is not able to repair itself and heal itself in an efficient way. So essentially, sleep is usually the number one cause of individuals actually having more psychological issues and having more depression, things of that sort, because of the fact that they're not able to sleep, they're still in pain, and they're still breaking the cycle. So I always tell individuals, always make sure you're able to get into a good sleeping position. Or if you're not able to sleep at night, take naps throughout the day. Make sure you get enough sleep to allow your body to really rest as well. Part of the studies I'm doing right now is actually showing us how important sleep is. And the fact that if your body is not really getting to that REM sleep, that rapid eye movement sleep, where your body really heals itself, that means you're setting yourself up for more inflammation, because it's a loop in there that's actually where your melatonin, your zinc, and your folate acid all supposed to work in unison together to actually make your body go into a deeper sleep. If that's not really happening, and you're already depleted inside of some of your B vitamins and also inside your zinc as well, it's not going to let you get into a deeper sleep. It's one of those things where I tell people everything's connected in some sort of way. So if you don't understand it, you got to really make sure that you're getting the sleep, you're getting the rest, and letting your body heal itself by your sleep, your controlling of your stress, and also your eating habits as well. And that's the last point I'm really getting to, is that stress model. That stress model is something that is all too common. It's all too common about the way we look at our lives and being stressed out. The stress hormone cortisol has gotten some bad raps, some horrible raps, and even myself personally, I've always been like negative against cortisol. But cortisol is a phenomenal hormone if you allow it to be as such. Cortisol, yes, is our stress hormone, is our fight or flight instigator. It tells your body to pump out more adrenaline, make your blood flow faster, cause all these things to happen, because of the fact that you have to run from a dog, or you gotta avoid a fight, or avoid getting hit by a car, things of that sort. But when you're constantly stressed out, at least 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and then you're getting in a mindset of actually accepting the fact that you're gonna be stressed out every day. Most heart attacks or hospital visits are usually Sunday evenings, and that's individuals who are having stress and anxiety going back to work. 90% of doctor visits, and you can look this up online, 90% of doctor visits are all stress-related visits. That's kind of crazy, right? And that stress usually comes with a lot of inflammation, a lot of neck pain, a lot of emotional components with it. And that's the way that I tell people, especially if you have a chronic disease, you got to learn how to manage your stress. Manage your stress, control your stress. I tell people adaptogens are phenomenal things. Adaptogens help your body naturally able to even handle stress. Basically means that if someone walk by you and clap their hands really loud, and you jump every time like really loud, and your heart's like sort of pounding, and you can't really return your resting heartbeat back to what it was before you actually had that experience, that means you're constantly stressed out. You have too much adrenaline going through your system. You're not really resting your body. What you want to do is start taking things called adaptogens. Adaptogens can be holy basil. Adaptogens can actually be Siberian ginseng. Adaptogens can be, even green tea is actually an adaptogens. Adaptogens can be cordials. These different natural things that help your body really calm itself down and not have you react so violently to stress on a daily basis. We've seen individuals take adaptogens and they've been off the charts, phenomenal. Pain levels go down. They're able to sleep. Everything else is going back in line. I'm seeing some chronic anxiety and also chronic depressive individuals just take adaptogens and change their diet, and within 1 month they're off of all their depression medication, and the fact that they're basically a 180 person lost weight. Now, I mean, it's been some phenomenal changes in a course of 1 month, actually 3 months. So adaptogens and also helping you actually control your pain is something that I always say go hand in hand. If I give someone, any even for things like that, so you best believe I'm gonna sneak a little bit of an adaptogen thing inside there. With a Peaceful Calm, we have the Swaziland or the Ziziphus seeds. Ziziphus seeds has been shown to actually be a huge adaptogen, allowing the body to really respond and relax. It was a study that was done over in Austria with individuals. It was done in Austria. It also was done here in, I think, New York Hospital. I'm losing some of my information. But anyway, it's been done with Ziziphus, showing individuals that people who are trying to get off of heroin and in a methadone clinic, not able to sleep, having huge amounts of anxiety. He's been taking Ziziphus, something that's in our Peaceful Calm formula, and they've been able to actually sleep and had a less recurrence of relapses of heroin overdoses. Heroin re-addiction, from taking these formulas for less than 6 weeks. So, there's a lot of research with a lot of herbs that I discuss, and I want to make sure that you guys understand there's a lot of research out there as the reason why a lot of this stuff works. So you just can't, think that, you're just taking it just because. There's a lot of research with it, but you also need to be guided by individuals. Don't just start running out and taking things and thinking it's going to work. Send us questions. We have individuals that can answer your questions via live chat. We have a support line as well. You can actually call and also get some instructions as well. So it's not a problem at all. So hopefully, guys, I've answered some of your questions. And if you have any more questions, because like I said, I'm kind of all over the place, but I want to make sure that you guys know that there's plenty of things you can do, that you can take, that you can drink teas, that no, it's not going to work the first time. And no, it's not going to say, okay, I was at a pain level 10 and now I'm at a 1 just from drinking a cup of tea. But over a period of time, it's going to put more nutrients inside your system. It's going to get you in a better state of mind. It's going to also make your body feel better. And you may not feel it immediately, but you will eventually start to feel it. And once you start to feel it, you would definitely say, wait a minute. And because I actually did this myself. I was drinking Holy Basil. Because, it's these great things about it, And I was drinking it, and then all of a sudden I stopped drinking it. And I was like, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. Because if you guys notice I stutter a little bit, and I was stuttering a lot more because of the fact that I was like trying to think too fast before I was really trying to think. Talk too fast before I think. And I started drinking my Holy Basil again, and all of a sudden all those things start to go away again. And no, today I have not had my Holy Basil. But just make sure, guys, if the stuff does work, just give it a chance. And again, like I said, it's something you can gradually put inside your diet. I mean, what's the harm in drinking a tea that can actually help you with migraines? Or ladies, having the turmeric, the ginger and honey to help with menstrual cramps. Or another great one is green tea, mint tea mixed together to help with menstrual cramps as well. These are just natural things you can drink or take, or put in a roll-on for essential oils and put on your skin, or get different natural candles and put around you, and it can actually help with that as well. I wish I knew you. How you doing, Miss Big Barker? And these are just different natural things you can do to help your body out on a daily basis. I'll talk about myself a little bit more. I actually have these things called hypotonic headaches. Hypotonic headaches basically means that usually you'll wake up with a headache. You'll wake up, it's like dramatically out, you'll sleep with a headache. Or if you take a nap, you'll wake up and you start getting these really, really bad headaches. I used to have those happen for a long time. And guess what actually stopped my headaches from happening? One reason why I started drinking a lot as well, green tea. It was just a simple matter of it wasn't, I used to hydrate. I was like, maybe I'm just dehydrated, whatever, I just started drinking green tea. And after I started drinking green tea, boom. Or even if I woke up and I started to feel myself getting a headache, green tea. The ECGC in there, the is oleatic acid inside there, as well as there's a little bit of caffeine inside there. Headaches, I very, very rarely experience one now. So just by doing simple things like that, it can help you out dramatically. What you got, Miss Kerr? Oh my goodness, you got a long one here. You know, I can't see the whole thing. I mean, it was all my life. I'm definitely at the age that I feel I want to try natural. I feel on a daily basis. I can't see the rest. Is a situation where yes, you will have to possibly work with us, or honestly, I always tell people, especially if you're constipated, constipation usually comes from, yes, taking opioids, but also you don't have the proper oils in your system. You can get hemp oil, you can get coconut oil, and especially the good old olive oil. You know, take 2 tablespoons of that a day. Put a pinch of Celtic or Himalayan sea salt inside there, a little bit of lemon juice, and drink that down at least once a day. You'll see your body will start to improve. You'll start to actually go to the bathroom better, and some of the pain levels will go down. Because again, taking opioids on a daily basis, I said this on Monday, a lot of your essential fatty acids are being depleted. Your B vitamins are also being depleted as well. So you want to get a really good folate acid, or you can just go online and get our Methyl B. Our Methyl B is a phenomenal product. Many people would swear by it. Our diabetics, it was actually designed for our diabetic neuropathy, because the B6, the folate acid, the B12, things of that sort that's inside there, it helps dramatically improve that condition, but it can also help dramatically improve you as well. And of course, you want to do the zinc as well as the even flow as well. CBD oil for pain. CBD oil, if you are ingesting it or you rub it on your skin, phenomenal. If you're vaping it, forget about it. It's not doing a whole lot. It makes you feel good for a little bit, but the pain comes back. If you're ingesting it or rubbing it on your skin, inside of the CBD oil, there are things called I can't even think about it now. It's things that help regenerate skin, as well as muscle, as well as it can also help reduce inflammation in the local area as well. So that's my thoughts about CBD oil. I get people who come in here all the time, or people who call me about, can I sponsor their CBD oil? I say no. Yes, under your tongue is phenomenal, because under your tongue, sublingual is the fastest way to actually get something inside your system, because the blood vessels under your tongue actually help absorb things inside your body a lot faster too. All right. Great question, guys. I mean, I really love those questions. Those questions are the type of questions I always love to answer, because there's a lot of controversy with this stuff. I always tell people, it's not the fact that I'm not a fan of CBD oil or medical marijuana. It's how you're taking it. It's always how you're taking it. There's too much research to show that individuals who are vaping and or smoking that the marijuana can have risk of cancers and also other diseases as well. Once you take it in an edible, is a lot better for you. And the lower amount of THC, which is not a overall healing property, is the other properties inside the CBD oil and or the medical marijuana that's really doing the full healing as well. So just be very, very careful. All right, guys. If there's not any more questions, let me get off here really quick. And if you do have questions, I still will be around for another half an hour or so to answer your questions as well. But it's always a pleasure of mine to be on here and discuss things with you. Love this audience. You guys were great. I'll talk to you real soon. But again, always remember, guys, teas are your friend. Make sure you eat very, very well, as well as supplementation. And we're always here to actually talk to you about what's really going on. That's one beautiful thing about Healing Blends Global, that I'm trying to set this up. We don't want you guys to feel as if you're by yourselves. So always pass this on to other fellow individuals, that if you guys have a question, we're going to answer those questions for you. And yes, I hope you do purchase it and try it out. Okay. And right now we have some specials going on. I think we have some more specials going on in another couple of weeks. So if you want to wait for some coupons to come out, that's great as well. So talk to you guys soon. Love you guys. Talk to you.